What's going on, guys? Today I'm here to bring you a few tips about location scouting for your music videos, photography sets, or whatever you're planning on doing. The first of the tips that we're going to be diving into is actually how to find these locations that you're planning on shooting at. And then the second set of tips will be preventing potential problems at those locations. Let's dive into it. So the first tip I'm going to give you all on finding locations is just to go out and drive. Going out and actually traveling and driving is one of the easiest ways to find potential locations for music videos, photography sets, or whatever you're planning on doing. And I'm not talking about the typical driving that you go out and do when you're going to go get food or go to the mall or go to places that you typically go. No, go to places that you don't typically go. If you typically turn out of your house and go right to go get food, then go left to find locations. By doing this and going ways that you don't typically go, you're a lot more likely to find places that you've never seen before. Whenever I personally want to find a new spot where I live, I just go out and I go to the places that I've never been before. I drive down streets that I've never driven before, and I just keep on driving and looking, and this is how I find my most creative spots for music videos. Second tip that I'm going to give you all for finding locations is to use the internet. The internet is your best friend in most instances. One of the most simple ways to find a location online is to just hit Google. Google is the biggest search engine in the world. You can basically find pretty much anything you need on Google. If I'm looking for an abandoned warehouse or abandoned house, I just simply go to Google and look for it. This music video right here that you're watching from my brother LUTs that I shot in Las Vegas, I simply found it on Google. I went to Google and I typed in ghost town and then I typed in Las Vegas. The search term that you're gonna wanna use when looking for a location is basically the type of location you're looking for, followed by the city or state that you're in. Most of the times you're gonna find stuff, but a lot of the times you'll find things in surrounding counties or surrounding areas, so you may have to drive to find the best locations. But all in all, you will find really cool locations just by simply using Google. Get crafty with it. If you're looking for a field, go to Google and type in spacey fields and then follow it by the city or state that you're in or the city or state that you're going to. This can be pretty useful when you're looking for locations in cities or states that you're not from, that you're going to actually do a shoot at. Like I said, the video that I shot for my brother LUTs was done in Las Vegas, and I had never been to Las Vegas prior to shooting that music video. It was so simple for me to find the location. I just typed it in on Google and we were able to drive out. It was about a 40-minute drive, but all in all, the location was amazing, and it happens to be one of my favorite music videos to date. If you're looking for luxury homes or just a house or a home to fit the general feel for the video or photos that you're planning on shooting, you can head over to Airbnb.com, and they also have an app. If you don't know what Airbnb is, it's basically a site where people choose to place their homes for rent, whether that be for a few days or a week or a month or however long you plan on getting a home. This is a great way to find homes for your video or photography production. If you're in Miami or Los Angeles or New York or wherever you are and you're looking to find a mansion for a huge extravagant music video, or if you're trying to do photography and you need big huge windows for natural lighting just to give off a nice little feel for your photos, you can just go on Airbnb, and it's thousands of different homes in different spaces just to fit the specific feel that you may need for your video or photography. And a lot of these homes and places are affordable if you're only planning on getting them for a day. So Airbnb is a really dope site for you to outsource homes and things like that for your video or photography. Next, we're gonna talk about how to prevent the potential problems that you may face at these locations that you've scouted. One of the best ways to get a feel for the location that you're planning on using for your videos or photography is to take a lot of pictures when you do find it. It's no real way to show the magnitude of potential to a client of a location, but photos will do a pretty good job of that. So make sure to take as many pictures as you can of the space, make sure it's big enough, make sure it's everything that you need in a location. Photos are gonna give you the most information about a space and are one of the most important things to do when you're out scouting locations. The next thing that you should always do while you're scouting a location is to scout that location at the time you're planning on shooting. By doing this, you're gonna know exactly where the sun is if you're planning on using natural lighting. So if you're planning on doing a video or taking photos at 8 a.m., do not go scout the location at 6 p.m. It's just not gonna make sense. A perfect example of this is you may be wanting to shoot at an abandoned building or an abandoned house or something, and it may have, like, say it has a hole in the wall or a hole in the roof. The sun is really only going to seep through that hole perfectly at one time period of the day, and it's best for you to know when that perfect time period is. So make sure you always scout your location at the time that you're planning on doing your shoot. Another tip to prevent potential problems is to identify if there is a power source or not at the location that you're planning on shooting at. If you're planning on shooting at a location at night and it doesn't have power, you're just gonna be in for big trouble if you didn't plan for this. You always need to know if your location has a power source or not. That's just point blank period. If it doesn't, you're gonna need to plan to bring an external power source for your actual shoot. Those are some of the basic and most most important tips that I have for location scouting. If you all have any other tips that may come in handy when scouting a location, please remember to drop those down in the comments. I would love to know. If you all found this video helpful, make sure to leave me a like, comment, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'm gonna check y'all out on my next video. Peace.